He's at a new school he didn't ask to go to. He's wearing a store-bought Spider-Man suit that doesn't quite fit. And everyone is telling him how to be the next Peter Parker. But every time he tries to follow the manual, he glitches. In the 2018 multiversal phenomenon Into the Spider-Verse, Miles Morales isn't just fighting Kingpin. He's fighting the pressure of legacy branding. He's surrounded by versions of himself from other dimensions, Spider-Man Noir, Penny Parker, and Spider-Ham, all telling him how the suit is supposed to work. But Miles can't be them. He isn't them. He has to be a multi-hyphenate, a student, an artist, and a hero, all in one. Welcome back to Suit and Screen. I'm Lady Ray, and today we're leaping into the Spider-Verse. We're talking about the leap of faith required to stop being a carbon copy and start building a brand that is uniquely and undeniably you. Miles, like many of us, struggles with imposter syndrome. You get hired into a role that has a legacy attached to it. Maybe you're replacing a beloved manager or stepping into a standard corporate mold. You try to wear the suit they gave you, but it feels tight in the shoulders. You feel like a glitch because you don't fit the traditional archetype of success. But here's the secret. The glitch isn't a bug, it's a feature. In a market saturated with Peters, the world is actually looking for a Miles. The danger isn't in being different. It's in trying so hard to be standard that you lose your unique power set, the Venom Strike and invisibility that the others don't even have. But before we spray paint the suit, I have to ask you something that hits right at the seam of your professional identity. Are you currently exhausting yourself trying to fit into a suit that was tailored for someone else's strengths? Or are you brave enough to admit that you're a glitch in a system that desperately needs a new perspective? Miles didn't become Spider-Man when he put on Peter's suit. He became Spider-Man when he spray painted his own. Here's the framework for building a multi-hyphenate identity. First, there's the Peter B. Parker mentorship. You need to learn the fundamentals of those who came before you, but you can't inherit their baggage. Peter B. Parker is the burnt-out executive. Learn his tactics, but don't adopt his cynicism. Next, we have the aesthetic pivot. Miles took the classic silhouette and added his own culture, his own colors, and his own graffiti style. In business, this is your niche differentiation. You take the industry standard and you vandalize it with your personal flair until it's unrecognizable as anything but yours. Last, and maybe the most important, is the leap of faith. Every consultant, every employee, and even every leader reaches a point where the data ends and the intuition begins. Peter tells him it's a leap of faith. That's all it is. In branding, that's the moment you stop asking for permission and start trusting that your glitch is actually your competitive advantage. So what's our strategy? Don't wait for the suit to fit. Adjust it until it reflects the multi-hyphenate you actually are. If you're a coder who paints or a CEO who DJs, bring the graffiti into the boardroom. There's a moment early on where Miles's shoelaces are constantly untied. It's a recurring gag, but it's actually a metaphor for his lack of operational readiness. He's tripping over his own feet because he's trying to move at a speed that his traditional foundation can't support. You can't take the leap of faith if your laces are untied. Before you pivot into your unique brand, you have to master the basics. You have to be undeniable in the fundamentals so that when you finally do leap, the only thing people notice is how high you're flying, not that you forgot to tie your shoes. I feel like after I said that, a bunch of you looked down at your own shoelaces to make sure they were tied. So what has Miles taught us in this episode? Stop trying to be the next anyone. The Spider-Verse is full of people who already have that job covered. Be the first you. Spray paint your brand. Embrace your glitches. And remember, the leap of faith is only scary until you realize you were meant to fly. I'm Lady Ray. This has been Suit and Screen. Next week, we're moving from the multiverse to the Avengers Tower to talk about the visionary liability. We're auditing Avengers Age of Ultron to see what really happens when your perfect business solution creates a massive team problem. We're breaking down the Stark God complex and how unchecked project scopes can become a vibranium bill your team simply can't pay. If you've ever launched a new tool or strategy without getting stakeholder buy-in, you've probably created an Ultron. We're going to help you fix it. Stay sharp, stay stylish, and remember, you're on your way. Just keep going. I'll see you in the next scene.